All right, what's going on, guys? We are back. It's official. The red light, the on-air light is on, and I have a motley crew in the building. Welcome back to the official Secrets Hideaway podcast. We're coming to you guys live from just outside our dungeon, and I have a rock star panel here in the house with me. I got my lovely co-host in the building, the one and only Jess Wood, up to no good. What's up, baby?
How you guys doing?
You ready to do this, babe?
I'm ready. I'm so ready. I'm looking forward to this weekend.
Now, me too, baby girl. Now, there's a reason why I figured you and I would be a good flex for this podcast here. We have two of the best in the biz, rock stars in the building. I know you guys can see them on camera right now. We got Dan and Lacy from Swing Nation.
Hello.
Nice big round of applause. Now, we're going to be chopping it up with Dan and Lacy in just a bit. As you guys know, if you're coming out here to Secrets this week, we have their amazing and unbelievable takeover that's going to be on property all weekend long. So, yeah, we're super excited for that, guys. Very cool. So, welcome to the show. Really quick before we get into stuff, I know we have our chat line already building here. So, if you guys are out there watching, you guys have any questions for Dan and Lacy really quick, you want to throw them on this chat, feel free to drop them in before we get into our topics a little bit. We have a couple things we want to go over and tell you guys about this past weekend. We are fresh off of our eye candy takeover weekend, where I know it's so crazy to say, and yes, we're dead serious, that right after eye candy, we go right into Swing Nation. So it's literally no break, team no sleep, right? Team no sleep. So once again, welcoming Dan and Lacy to our amazing Secrets Hideaway podcast. I know you guys have a podcast of your own, so it's really cool to have you guys as guests for once, and not have to do all the hosting, right?
Yeah, it's nice. I will say, you guys' setup is making me a little bit jealous. We podcast from a bedroom in our house, so this is to be on a stage and lights and cameras.
No, it's pretty cool.
You guys do it right, yeah.
We try our best. Whenever we need something, we just kind of shoot James a text, and we're like, hey, we need this stuff.
That's nice. Yeah.
I need a James in my life.
Right. Shout out to the Callahans who, keep us on top of the gear that we need to make this stuff look so cool for you guys. But once again, guys, so if you're live on the Secrets Hideaway podcast right now, if you guys are on the chat thread, we got about 25 or so people in the room right now, which is great. And we're getting ready to rock and roll. Like I said, we got Dan and Lacy in the house. We're going to be talking to them a little bit about their takeover specifically in just a couple. But right now, guys, as we build the room, if you guys have any questions about the takeover this weekend, if you're on your way to property, not really sure what to expect, by all means, let it loose. Throw the questions on the chat. We're going to have Dan and Lacy field those as we go along. And while we're doing that, I'm going to kind of kick things off. So, Jess, we had a crazy weekend this weekend, right?
So crazy.
Can you put it in a nutshell for everybody? What would you say? I mean, it was a little bit of everything, right?
Lifestyle on steroids plus and all the extras that go with it.
And all the extras. So we were in the house with the Eye Candy crew. Shout out to Brandon and Shauna, more great friends of ours, put on a great event. And guys, if you were here on property, you saw history in the making. We had a whole bunch of new toys, new presentations, new stuff to roll out for you guys. And especially the thing we were getting so much talk about is this brand new stage setup that we had going on this past weekend, right?
It was amazing. I hope we maybe get some like that in the future.
Oh, see, Jess is already laying the bait there. So we're hoping to maybe see that again. So again, quick message to the Callahans. Let's see what we can do here with this stuff. Huh? So, I mean, we had a pretty crazy production setup this past weekend. Lighting, production, video, sound. We had Drums of the Sun in the house, Blake Blaze, so many super dope DJs from all over the place. Cole Party from Hoboken, New Jersey. I mean, we literally brought in rockstar talent, paired it up with our Secrets Hideaway DJs, and it was really the kickoff to lifestyle takeovers, I feel like, right?
Agreed. And then they keep on coming down the pipe one by one, and it's going to be crazy every weekend. And Secrets is the place to be.
Absolutely. Keep them coming. So as we move down the pipe a little bit, like we said, guys, we got Dan and Lacy in the house here from Swing Nation. We're going to be fielding some questions. So again, if you guys have questions, drop them on the chat. We're going to rock and roll. And guys, I want to kick things over to you guys. I mean, we definitely had no break. I know you guys came in here a little bit earlier this week to get things running.
Right.
So what is the Swing Nation feel? Like, give me the idea. Like, it's game time for you guys, right?
So first off, we were at home packing our trailer, getting ready to come down here while Eye Candy was happening, and we were seeing the Facebook posts.
We were like, oh my God,
the
it's
Instagram
so good.
reels, and we're like, okay, all right, I see what Brandon and Shauna did. But that was a super amazing setup.
Don't let Brandon take all the credit. I mean, a lot of those ideas are from Jess and I's mind. We put them on paper, and they kind of execute a little. I can't let them take all the credit. I mean,
but we were talking to them. We text with them and stuff. They're friends of ours too, and we're like, you guys, it looks like you got EDC in the house at Secrets. There's definitely a festival kind of EDC vibe going on.
That's
here.
really cool, man. That's awesome, and we love it too because it's so great. Because the best part about I feel like Secrets is that you get a week like that, right? You get a weekend like Eye Candy that definitely brings the EDC vibe, that housey type of vibe, and then we go right to Swing Nation, and I feel like it's the same energy, but like you get like a different mix up of people.
Totally.
And within 7 days, it's so great because I feel like we get so many different types of touches here at Secrets. You know what I mean? So you guys bring a whole different element to the table. So we're really excited for you guys as well, man. It's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, so this weekend, this event, I mean, we've been planning it for about 6 months now.
Yeah.
And the difference that, we're big, we have TikTok and Instagram and all that stuff and pretty big on social media, but we have a Discord server that has 35,000 people in it.
Right.
And we make a chat room for every single event that we do. And so there's been people planning this weekend in a chat room for the last 6 months. And
it's amazing.
They got all kinds of ideas. I mean, I saw somebody building a cage
Yeah.
that they were bringing with
Yeah.
them.
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
there's all...
A BYOC, bring your own cage.
They're barbecuing in their rooms. I mean, they've planned all kinds of things. So it should be an interesting weekend.
That's cool, man. We even saw, today being, so if you're watching it live, today is actually Wednesday. And believe it or not, I think we actually had Swing Nation, couples, people, people ready for your week checking in yesterday.
Yeah.
So from Tuesday. So
Yeah.
they're already like, the feet are planted, the bags are unpacked. They're making this their week, at least week-long stay.
Yeah.
We always come early, and I think just so we can really have like a day or two to like lay out by the pool and relax and kind of make sure everything's ready to go. And I think people are starting to see that we do that, and they're like, "Oh, we want to come down too," because it's actually really nice to be at the
Right.
pool when there's like not. I think it's fun to be at the pool when it's like calm. It's also fun during the weekend, so you get like a little bit of both.
Sure. No, I love it.
When we first started events here, it was like, Friday, Saturday was
Right.
it. Then it was now that's kind of turned into Thursday to Monday. And it's like, no matter how long you make the event, I think people keep showing a day or two. If you made it a week long, they'd be here 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like they just keep coming early. But same as Lacy, I like the pre-time's the calm before the storm can
Yeah.
be nice
and
too.
we say it too. I feel like if you guys can, and this is such a great little nugget for anybody looking to do lifestyle or get in, secrets wise, just to come onto property. If you can give yourself that that day or two to kind of get acclimated, because it does. When it gets Thursday, Friday, and we're in season, the weather's beautiful, we're pretty much sold out, if not sold out. And it's not that it's aggressive, but if you've never, maybe if it's like your second time or even your first time or you haven't
can
really
be a
done it too
lot.
much. Right. I mean, you guys know how it is. You
Yeah.
guys are definitely pros when it comes to this stuff. What would you say are the benefits of being able to come in on a day like that? That's a little less crazy. Like you guys get more of the one-on-one time. Like what do you guys like about it? Like how it kind of takes you into that phase to be ready for the weekend when it's crazy. What are some of the things that people can do and when they're here one-on-one, you guys are so approachable as a couple. You know what I mean? I think that's one of the things that people don't realize as well, too, is that you guys love saying hi to people and saying what's up. I think sometimes people come on the property and they're like, oh, it's Dan and Lacy. And they don't want to come into your space. But you know what I mean? Let everybody know. I mean, you guys to us as friends and just being able to help people better understand secrets as a whole and lifestyle as a whole. You know what I mean? So I think that's a big thing for you guys, too.
Yeah, I think when people approach us and like you're saying and freaking out like, oh, it's Dan and Lacy, that's still weird to us. And I'm sure you guys get a little bit of that now too.
We're starting to, right?
Yeah,
As you
it's
guys become more
Strange
visible.
feeling, right? You're
Correct.
right. We're just normal swinger couples, just like everybody else is. So yeah, it's definitely weird. But we enjoy the small group stuff. So we take groups to Hito and we've done the Bliss cruise, and usually that's a smaller 10, 20 couples that kind of come with us and go with us. And that's nice because you get to interact more, right? You get more one-on-one time. You kind of get to know them a little bit. They get to know you. And it's much more when there's 1,000 people all trying to interact with you at the same time. That's just a lot.
Yeah,
But
Friday and Saturday is like a blur to us. Like we barely remember anything because it's so crazy. So coming early and being able to meet people and say hello, and then us just kind of getting, into the routine of everything makes it a lot easier. And I think if someone's new to the lifestyle, coming early and just kind of getting a feel for the property would probably very much help them.
Awesome. I love it. So while we're talking about it too, guys, in the building with Dan and Lacy from Swing Nation, they're in the house this weekend for an amazing takeover coming up this weekend on property here at Secrets. So let's chop it up a little bit, guys. You guys, the official event, we're going to kick off on Thursday, correct?
Yeah.
So give us kind of the tail of the tape. How's everything breaking down?
Yeah, so Thursdays we've really kind of developed that into that meet and greet kind of setting because as like you're saying, as people come in, to not hit them with go full blown and out.
Right.
We kind of try to make that the meet and greet kind of day. So Thursday night we actually have some games and stuff. We have a couple speed dating on Thursday night and a couple different just kind of icebreaker games to encourage people to interact and get to know each other and kind of set the stage for the weekend.
I'm not gonna lie, Jess and I love the way that you guys approach stuff because normally we're the ones putting all we saw you run a show. We're looks like Dan's got it. We can kind of we can chill a little bit this weekend with this, which is cool because you guys get it. So you're all about the interactivity and getting people involved. involved, making sure everybody has a great time. So we love that, like, you guys get playful on the game end too. It's a really cool, very strong suit of yours.
Well, this is the first time we're doing the speed dating type of thing
Sure.
on Thursday, because after every event we do like a survey, and a lot of people were new to the lifestyle, were coming to our events, and they really wanted some icebreaker games. So that is brand new for this Secrets Takeover. So hopefully everyone will like it, and it'll kind of make Friday and Saturday a little easier when we kind of...
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, do you guys find that, what's the ratio of, like, I guess newbies, like newer lifestylers as opposed to veterans? Do you guys get a lot of newbies that hit you up for information and stuff like that
Yeah,
too?
so I think because, again, we're so public, the podcast
Correct.
and then TikTok and Instagram, we actually get a lot of new couples
Sure.
that come out to our event. So I think we just did our last event was up in Louisville at Club Tempted. And I think they had 80 new couples come to that
Right.
club
Oh my
that
gosh.
weekend that had never, and most of them had never been to a lifestyle club or event ever. And it's really, I think this whole being public and being on social media and being a lifestyle influencer
Right.
or whatever you want to call it is kind of a new concept. But we love it because I think you're getting this information out to people that probably never would have saw it before. Swinging's always been kind of this underground, and you kind of had to know somebody, and then like they tell you about a club like Club Secrets,
Right.
like Secrets or some of the clubs in the cities and stuff like that, and then maybe you'd go and you'd try it. Now it's like we're putting it in your For You page on TikTok or
Right.
on Instagram, and there it is. And
Right.
I mean, I think you get two different reactions. You get, oh my God, you guys are crazy and gross or whatever, or you get, wait a minute, like this is a real thing.
Right.
What the-
Tell me more about this.
Yeah.
Like,
and then
'cause-
you start, we make TikToks and they start to see like the facilities and the pools and the playgrounds. And they're like, that looks pretty, actually
Well, I'll
pretty
give you guys a
badass.
hats off. I think one of the dopest things about you guys as a brand, your media is so spot on for walking not only a lifestyle role, but I think you guys keep it vanilla enough to where it's intriguing. It's like, well, wait a second, Dan and Lacy, they're cool. They're fully clothed, like they're not swearing, like you know what I
Yeah.
mean, like all these things that kind of go with. Just a
There's a-
risque sort of atmosphere.
People think that like swingers are like 1970s porn stars, with,
Right.
like, and so I think we look a lot like your average person and talk like your average person. So I think that makes people like relate to us a little bit.
Well, you know what? If you guys don't mind, I mean, this is the first time that Jess and I kind of have you guys in a 2-on-2
Yeah.
kind of atmosphere. What is your story? Like, how'd you guys meet? How did lifestyle come into your life? I mean, I know you guys are a family. You guys have children, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, it's a whole thing. Like, you guys have all these different layers of vanilla, and you do a really great job of existing out here with a major presence. So, I mean, how did it start for you guys?
Well, we actually both were in the lifestyle individually before we met.
Okay.
I was a unicorn and he was a bull in the lifestyle. And we have kind of similar stories. I dated a guy who took me to a swingers club. We were not swingers. We just thought it was a sex club. So we thought you could just go and watch people. Couldn't
More
find
like
out.
a voyeuristic kind of thing.
Yeah. Come to find out, no, it was actually a swingers club. But we just watched and had fun, and we didn't do anything. We just left and went home, and it was just kind of like that one crazy night we went and watched people. But then we ended up breaking up, and I was in my 30s and just kind of wanted something that was unattached and fun.
Sure.
And so I started looking into the lifestyle and was able to figure out that you could do it as a single female. And so I Googled swinger websites and got on SLS. And that's kind of how my journey started. And do you want to tell yours?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so very similar. I was in a long-term monogamous relationship, was married for 13 years, and that just didn't work out. And a lot of that's my fault. I'm not really good at monogamy.
Right.
And so once I got divorced and I started dating around, I actually was dating a girl, and in conversation it came up that her and her ex-husband were swingers. And I was like, this is a real thing that people still do today? And she was like, yeah. And she told me about the websites. And again, me and her didn't work out. We were just casually dating. It didn't work out for nothing to do with the lifestyle, but it kind of got me intrigued and looking into it. And so I got on SLS and made an app. And I was
And
actually,
you guys cross paths through that the rest of
Yeah,
us?
he was
or-
in my town, so we can tell now, but we didn't tell for a long time. Dan was active duty military, traveling through my town, and I thought he was cute. He was my age.
He's
and I-
kind of cute, you know?
So I
right.
messaged
You know, he's
him and I
doing
was
it.
like, hey, so my line was, how are we the same age in the same town and both in the lifestyle and not know each
Sure.
other? And I mean, don't don't do what I did, but I did go to his hotel room that night, and the rest is history.
But that's a judgment thing. That was you like
was an
judging the
asterisk. With
atmosphere.
Lacy.
Teach their own. Hey, Jess was married when we first started
Yeah.
hanging out, so I mean,
It
you know,
happens,
like
yeah.
it happens. So
When she
we get
messaged
it.
me, I'm like, this is a fake profile. Like, this is a dude that's trying to get pictures of my dick
Right.
or something. There's no way
you're
this
this
hot
good looking
unicorn,
and a woman
Right.
and really want to talk.
Right. You've been on a lifestyle. Like,
Right.
hot unicorns randomly messaging
Well,
you
that-
out of the blue. Like, that doesn't happen ever. So I was
Yeah.
like, this is not real. This is fake. But come to find out, she showed up to my hotel room that night, and she was very real.
Yeah, very.
She was very real. That's great.
Dan was not unhappy when he opened
No,
that.
I don't think so.
He's like,
I
well,
don't
all right,
think
we can
so.
do this. Let's keep it moving.
And he lived 500 miles away. And so we were really, our goal was to just like hook up when he came into town.
Sure.
But we just really became good friends. And I think it was nice to have somebody that I didn't have to like not tell like all the crazy things I was doing or had done. It was just nice to be able to like, oh my God, I went to this couple's house and this, I did this and this. And then he would tell me about his experiences. And so it was really a
You
friendship.
guys were already speaking freely.
Yes. And it
So-
was nice to have someone that I could just tell them and not feel ashamed.
Same
Yes.
stuff. So
And
spot
so
on.
and then eventually we just kind of like knew that we had to make this work somehow. And so we did. We were long distance for years before we got married.
That's
and
so
we
cool.
just kind of made it work somehow. And
Here
he
we
re-
are. What,
He
6 years
retired.
later?
Yeah, he retired from
There
the
you go,
military.
lifestylers. See, a lot of you guys
That's
were asking.
amazing.
I didn't know the story. Now you guys got it here 1st See, that's awesome. I love that. And same thing for us. I mean, I feel like there's nothing. Now, granted, I've been a part of lifestyle all in all, probably seeing lifestyle stuff for 2 years on and off. 8 months, 7 or 8 months with Jess full time here at Secrets as a full time lifestyle developer, so to speak, developing lifestyle scenarios. I think with us, nothing beats an organic relationship. I mean, for us, we were so organic and like the friendship was so easy that everything else after that, even to this day, like right now, like we're still going back and forth. Jess still has her papers. Barry, her husband, is a great friend of ours. Like the three of us are super tight. We just know that, you know, there's just different experiences that are better suited for people at this time. You know, for when they were together and doing their thing, they absolutely needed each other for that time and place to, you know, make gains. And now, you know, they're just at different points, but we're all real cool. So like just having things happen organically. And then almost the relationship was like, well, if we could do all this, the relationship's easy, you know,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like not easy, but like at that point it's like, well, why not? You know?
Yeah.
So everything made sense. So we totally vibe on that. That's cool. And I love that it's such a organic thing. And like, you guys are so natural too. I mean, like even like the way you guys play on camera publicly, like in front of like each other and in front of the public, like it's so welcoming and warm and inviting. And you guys have such a great lock on the brand. And I love your take on, and we love your take on lifestyle as a whole. You almost make it able to be stomached by the oldest grandparent if she
Yeah.
actually wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
And to the youngest cousin, as long as they're over 18 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you hit all the right feelers to really make this an enjoyable thing for everybody. So hats off to both of you guys. I think you guys do such a great job with it, not only with the podcast, but with the education, with just all your funny. You're so funny and you guys are so creative on your TikToks and stuff. No, for real. I mean, you find really cute,
Thank you.
fun ways of attacking sensitive subjects
Yeah.
that most people wouldn't even mess with at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys walk down the line, you smash it. So it's really, really great stuff. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, and I think you guys do, like how you were saying, like kind of even your reels and like your podcast, you're also teaching like a lifestyle 101 too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of bring it back
Yeah.
to like,
Yeah, I think that's when we first got public on social media and started opening up about being swingers and stuff like that. That was, you know, the questions we still get the most is like, how do you find a club? We get people that are like, I'm in Germany in whatever city. How do I find a club? And I'm like, well, I don't know about clubs in Germany,
Right.
but I can point you to SDC or
Right.
you know, one of these websites where they probably have that information. You
Correct.
know? And it seems like there's a lot of interest. This is a very like viral topic, but there's not a lot of good information
Right.
out there or like places you can turn to be like, okay, I know this is a trusted resource and they're going to shoot me straight on, you know, how I should try this or how I should approach this.
Right.
And so I think we just kind of saw that need and then kind of slid into it. And, you know, we've been doing it almost 3 years now. That's crazy. Almost 3 years now, you know, public on social media. And we just, you know, have kind of adapted and learned kind of how to do it. You know, you were saying like, we're very cookie cutter and we don't do a lot of, you know, we're pretty cut and dry, like pretty PG on TikTok and
Right.
stuff.
We have to
but we
be.
have to be. So a
Yeah.
lot of that we've learned, like when we first started posting TikToks, Lacy would be in lingerie and looking all sexy.
We
Like,
had
well,
no
they took
idea.
another one down.
Ban. I mean,
Like banned all the time.
we've probably lost 500,000 followers,
Right.
over the years, just
okay.
because it's such a sensitive subject that you are always kind of fighting that, community guideline
Correct.
violations and stuff like that. And we probably have more community guideline violations than you can
Yeah.
count on platforms.
Well, we've gotten better. We've learned, and we've kind of tailored it so that way it can pass without being, like you said, we skirt that line a little
Constantly.
bit.
Right.
Yeah.
It's an everyday battle.
I know. She even did it when we were recording. She's like, we can't say that word.
Yeah, we can't say that word.
But for all you guys out there in lifestyle world, if you guys are going to be on property this weekend for the Swing Nation Takeover and to hang out here at Secrets, we are going to be setting up our podcast setup behind the scenes. So we're going to be doing something pretty cool this weekend with the Swing Nation crew. So Jess and myself, obviously Dan is going to be the major host for the Swing Nation Takeover for the whole crew. I'm going to be helping. We're going to help back them up. But then on the back end, too, we're going to have our podcast set up back here. So we're going to be taking you guys. If you're here, if you're a Swing Nation follower, if you love the podcast, if you love these two, if you just want to, tell everybody how much fun you're having, Jess and myself are going to be the auxiliary counterparts of Dan and Lacy this weekend. And as a branded Swing Nation and Secrets Hideaway kind of little behind the scenes feed, we're going to be throwing little excerpts. So if you guys are on property, you want to cut a little promo behind the scenes, let everybody know how much fun you're having, we're going to have this set up behind the scenes all weekend long this weekend, and we're doing little interviews with you guys just to kind of, shout out Dan and Lacy if you guys want to thank them, if you want to say how much fun you're having, tell people what's up. Maybe you want to let people know back home that, hey, you guys should have came to this thing, and make sure to come back for the next one that's in, when, Dan?
July.
So if for some crazy reason it was sold out for y'all, you couldn't make it to the Swing Nation event this weekend, they got their next takeover coming up in July, which I promise you're definitely not going to want to miss because it's going to be bigger and badder.
And it's already almost sold out.
Oh, so they're already on the way, and I didn't even check into that, but Lacey knows, so she obviously checked the numbers. But we're on our way to getting sold out for that, and that event will sell out obviously that weekend too. So
It's our 40th birthday party.
on top of it, they're actually celebrating their birthday together. So there's another log to throw onto the fire. So we're gonna throw a birthday, we're gonna throw a takeover weekend, all things
And
Swing
it's
Nation.
a double birthday.
Double. That's right. Now you guys are. It's funny because Jess and I we talk about this too. We share a birthday of April
Yeah.
7th, so you guys are close too,
Yeah,
right?
one day apart.
And which day is the
July
actual day?
1st and July 2nd.
That's so cool. Now is the same year? or-
Same year. We're like
Oh.
36 hours different.
And you guys grew up in the same town, or you just lived in the same area?
Yeah.
No, we didn't even live. We didn't live anywhere near each other.
Oh, okay.
So on our podcast, I'm Southern girl and he's Northern guy because
Got
I
it.
grew up in the South and he grew up in the North. So
Nice,
yeah.
the blending of both worlds.
Yeah.
I like it. And what were you gonna say, Boo? I'm sorry, you were gonna say something? Did I catch you? I
just-
thought I cut you off in between before you said
I just
something.
am
I'm sorry.
saying there's no better place to celebrate birthdays.
That's
Yeah.
true.
No.
If you did have to do a birthday celebration, this is the joint, and I love it. And just real quick on your chat here, we got a whole bunch of people saying what's up. Lady J obviously saying what's up. She can't wait to hang with you guys this weekend. Chelsea Jones, Chelsea's in the house. She said, "Love you guys, Dan and Lacy. Hey, you too." She's shouting you guys out. We got Tim Smith, Tim and Beth in the house. They're so ready. Cole said he's in for July. He can't wait for the Swing Nation takeover in July.
See?
So this is cool, man. People are already out. They got their stuff booked. They're ready to go. This is awesome, guys. So you're checked in live right here on the official Secrets Hideaway podcast with the infamous Dan and Lacy from Swing Nation doing it live here. And as you guys know, Dan, Lacy, actually, if you guys want, why don't you give everybody the socials for the podcast if they haven't checked it out yet? Guys, if you haven't checked out the Swing Nation podcast, this is such a great informational tool. These two rock stars get on this thing regularly and give you guys all the latest and greatest in lifestyle. If you're looking for etiquette, if you're looking for beginner stuff, if you're looking for veteran things, if you're looking for cool new places to go, they literally cover so many different types of ideas in all of their episodes. So guys, why don't you give them the socials where they can find all your information?
Yeah, so the easiest way to find us is probably if you go to theswingnation.info. Theswingnation.info. It has links to all our stuff. So you can find the podcast, our TikToks, our Instagrams, and it's always changing too. So I don't even know if I know what all our Instagram and TikTok handles are today, but theswingnation.info will always have the latest ones, and we keep that up pretty up to date. So that's
Awesome. I love it. Well, we're getting down to it. Just kicking it with Dan and Lacy, ready for an amazing weekend. Right now, it is Wednesday, and the plot is thickening. The energy is growing every single minute. People are checking in more and more on property. It's going to be an amazing takeover weekend. So, guys, if you got nothing going on, we do still have full day and night passes, right, babe?
Always day and night passes.
That's right. So if you guys want to come and check it out and hang out with us at the pool party during the day or come back and kick it at night, just come on in and you guys can grab those passes for the day or the evening or for both to come and hang out all day on property too, right?
Correct. And you also can check the overflow hotels as well, just in case.
That's right. We have two overflow neighboring hotels. I believe it's the Flamingo and the Quality Inn.
Correct.
Right. So definitely check those out. Those are two hotels that are right next door, and they did a great job of keeping everybody together while we did our takeover last weekend. So we're gonna do it again this weekend, right?
That's correct.
Very cool. I love it. What are you saying, Ray? You can talk to me back there. It's cool. What were you saying? Yes, very much. And don't forget, guys, coming up tonight, if you guys are live and on property and coming down for a little BDSM action, we're going to be live from our dungeon with an amazing munch for y'all tonight. And that is a BDSM collective of fun things to learn, right, babe? So
Yes.
What's our topic tonight? We have a cool topic. It's when we're taking, I think, the household products. So, it's not your average BDSM outing, right? I see the smiles on this one because I feel like this is where I'm going to let you hit this one because you always go to the kitchen to find some stuff. So tell them what we're doing.
I do love the kitchen to find all my utensils in and outside of the
We got
bedroom.
Jordan and we got the homie Kingster Don hosting this one tonight. So
And those are two great educators that you can't go wrong with.
that's right.
I just know, like you were saying, you can take any household item and use it in a BDSM world. Like the first time I ever introduced Jordan to BDSM, I took a fork out of our kitchen, blindfolded him, and just gave him a little teaser.
I thought I was going to get fed, a little breakfast in bed. But no, she had other ideas. And I
Yeah,
was like,
little
okay.
did he know.
Okay. Use it, girl. Let's do it.
I like, so we've been coming to Secrets and hosting events here, and it seems like you guys are definitely building that midweek stuff. So we were here
Yeah.
last night for the drag show, and that
was
was
so
much
fun,
fun.
yeah.
So much fun. And
Thank
then-
you. Can you say that again for the owner? Hear that, owners? What are
Yeah.
we building? The midweek stuff. You heard it here first. It's happening.
Yeah.
It's a movement. We're
No,
coming.
but now I see you guys are doing the munches and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
man.
So that's good. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it, man. You know what it is? Secret's always been known for their amazing weekend parties.
Yeah.
The vibes on the weekends are crazy, especially when it's in season. We want to be a little bit more of the resort destination that's in the country. You don't have to stamp a passport. Come here and 24/7. It could be Monday, Tuesday, his birthday, whenever we're rocking out and doing something. So
There's always something to do. is
That's
what
the
we're
way to
trying
go.
Yeah.
That's
and
the
it's
way to
even
go.
kind of like how you were saying, the newbies, maybe it's a way for them to get
Right.
just introduced to the lifestyle in general, and then they're ready to do a pool party or
Yeah.
something, or a takeover.
Yeah. And that's how we're rocking it, guys, right here live on the official Secrets Hideaway podcast. Don't forget, guys, we also have our Secret Society, our clothing label, if you guys want to grab the latest and greatest in Secrets Hideaway swag. You want a little bit of lifestyle branding to your cool stuff. We have a whole bunch of great tanks, shirts, hats, great lifestyle wear that you can low-key wear on your tee or on your hat. So that way when you go out into vanilla world, it's like if you know kind of thing. So we got a really great line of clothing for you guys. Make sure you're checking out that Secret Society label. Jess and I have our brand new take on the You Know What Pro Shop. You guys know exactly which one that is. So check out that t-shirt right there. It's our little secret tank that we have going on. We're looking to sell that one out. So we got a whole bunch of great and new t-shirt and design ideas coming out the barrel for you guys in the next couple of weeks. So we'll unload some new designs on you guys. But right now, get that and get to shopping, baby. And once again, guys, so when is the Swing Nation podcast, guys, when does that air, if you want to let people know? Like, when do you guys do that?
Yeah, so every Thursday, about 5:00 in the morning, a new episode.
Nice, awesome. So
drops
5,
every
and they
week.
could get that on Apple Podcasts, wherever
Yeah, anywhere
podcasts
you
are.
listen to podcasts. We're on all major podcast
Spotify.
platforms.
Awesome.
Spotify, yeah, all of them.
Perfect. I love it, guys. Well, I'm going to check this thread one more time. Looks like we're good to go. Getting ready for an awesome takeover weekend. I want to thank everybody who checked in on this live cast right here live at the Secrets Hideaway podcast. We have a whole bunch of great people on the chat. People are checking in left and right. Guys, don't forget, we're going to recap and bundle this show for you guys. We'll actually put this one up on our channel for next week. But if you guys are checking it out here live, thank you guys so much. A big thank you once again to
Thank
Dan and
you.
Lacy
Dan and
from Swing
Lacy.
Nation.
Appreciate you
Guys,
having
we're
us.
so excited for your takeover this weekend. It is going to be lights out. Crazy pandemonium in the best lifestyle way possible this weekend. And we're really happy to be a part of it with you guys.
Happy to be
Thank
here.
you.
Awesome, guys. So one more time, coming to you guys live from Secrets Hideaway, the greatest place on earth. This has been the official Secrets Hideaway podcast. My homegirl, Jess Wood, and our amazingly special guest. You guys can catch them here all weekend long. Dan and Lacy from Swing Nation, and we're going to have ourselves a weekend. So we'll catch you guys. Let's go.